Hello, everybody. What's everybody talking about? They're talking about the WLtoys 144001. What is that? It's a pretty cool little car. It's sort of like the 959 or 959B, except it's a scale up. It's a 1/14th scale car, and it's kind of got all the upgrades already on it. It's got the metal chassis, oil-filled shocks, and aluminum towers, adjustable tie rod ends, and so it's pretty much most of the upgrades that you'd want to put on the 959. And it's a little larger, so I think it's easier to control. So let's take a look at it and see what you guys think.
Okay, I've already blacked out my address, and for those of you that don't know, you can hit these labels with a heat gun, and it will, they're heat sensitive paper. It'll black them out. Hair dryer won't work. You need something a little hotter than that. But anyway, that in case you didn't know, the reason for me doing this, if you haven't ever received a car from China, this is what it's going to look like in quite a few cases. They just put plastic over it, and that's about it. So just this is what you're going to expect. This is the WLtoys 144,001, 144,001, 144,001, whatever you want to call it. This is it. So it's a 14th scale all-wheel drive, 100% assembled, 2.4 gig receiver, and the picture is for reference only. Refer to the catchable product, whatever catchable is. I think they meant actual, just a guess. They need to hire translators. And it comes in red and green. I've got the 959 is in green, so I got this one in red. So let's get this out of the box. So right off the bat, I see they've made some changes to the radio. I've got one of the older ones over there. I'll take a look at it in a second. It comes with a charger. It appears to be a 2S charger, and it's got a tire tool and an owner's manual. See if I can not rattle the paper too much. Four-wheel drive climbing car, whatever a climbing car is. So this is what I wanted to see. So you've got all the parts list in the back for the stuff that you'll need if you ever need to repair it. And it's got all the part numbers and what have you in there. That, to me, that's the only thing I really care too much about in these manuals. And this has really nice looking shocks on it. Really nice looking shocks. I don't know what kind of travel everything's got. Well, it'll bottom out, so we may add some preload to the springs, or it looks like you can mount these in another location. I'll probably move these over, see if I can limit out how much it bottoms out, because it is currently going to bottom out. But the shocks actually work. So that's a plus. The shock towers has got metal shock towers in it. It's got really nice aluminum bodied shocks. Looks like the drives are all steel, front and rear. It's got adjustable toe, and it's the angle of the upper control arm. The length of that is adjustable. And what's nice, looks like to me, these use a pin instead of actually having to use a wrench on them. Just put a pin in there and you can pivot it with that pin. So it looks like overall there's a lot of adjustability. And we'll get the body off real quick. Your antenna. This has a 550 motor. This is shrouded, so I can't see what the gears look like in there. It doesn't appear that there's much grease. I'm sure they're lubricated, but this spins really easy. So if you wanted a little less action in the differential, you could put some grease in there and get a little bit more like a positive traction type drive. Got a battery strap. The battery box is relocatable. You take these two screws out, move them to this location, and you can put a longer battery. Looks like you can put a longer battery than this one right from the get-go. Here's your power switch. And the steering servo actually has an adjustment on it too. So overall, I'm gonna say this is a big upgrade from the 959. So we need to get it out and maybe even throw a GPS on it and see what it does. Okay, we got the 144001 RC car today. And I don't have much time. I'm getting ready for work, so just gonna do a really quick test drive. Wouldn't it be cool if I had two of these things? Unfortunately, I only have one. Pretty peppy off the line. I'll get a GPS and test it. I've got the magnetic mounts that I made for the GPS. I haven't had time to put it on anything yet. This will be a good car to start my test with. Handle's nice. And I did tighten up the lug nuts on this thing. That's one of the issues that a lot of people were having, was the wheels falling off of it. And I've discovered a couple of quirks with the car. I don't have time this morning, but I'll make another video when I do the GPS testing, and I'll go over some of the quirks. This video is probably long enough as it is. I'll tell you what, it handles a lot better than the 959 and the 959B. The adjustable turnbuckles are a big plus on it. Well, it will pull a wheelie. I've got to get to work, so we're gonna call this a wrap. And when I get back, I'll do a proper run video and I'll put a GPS on it, and we'll go over the quirks.